I think if you had better outcomes from government, more people would be inspired. I think the best way to inspire people is that government can make a difference. And I just don't think we've seen this, for the last 10, 12, 14 years. I don't think people see any good outcomes coming from government. You've seen failed wars, you've seen economic meltdowns, you've seen Katrina, you've seen scandals, you see these things, and it's just like, man, who wants to get near this? I think if government had better outcomes, if there were a cause and effect, that government can make a difference, you want to be there in a minute. I mean, one of the things I said when I left is, guys, when you get serious about government, give me a call again. It's harder to go below 7%, which is, I think, where it was before. It's kind of friends and families and maybe half the paid staff. Somebody asked me it when I was running it. It was never this low before, but it's always kind of been low. And I said, well, I'd give us a bad approval rating. I couldn't vote for a good approval rating collectively. It used to be people liked their member, but they didn't like the way Congress is going. Now they don't like anybody. You got to put a bag over your head if you say you're from Congress. It's just very disappointing. And the tragedy is there are a lot of good people up there. I mean, David Price is a good people. Tillis is a good guy. I had dinner with Cory Booker last night. He's from the senator from New Jersey. Just kind of these are good people who just collectively they can't get their act together for some of the reasons that I described earlier. And I'm afraid it's not getting better. It's even the easy things we talk about. You get a deal once in a while. But the deals we get together are just deals that keep the lights on. Well, we got the appropriation bill. Well, that's what you're supposed to do every year. That's a big deal. I mean, and they get that done 4 months late, and they pound in their chest like, look what we did. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. No transportation bill. We're running out of that. Even the easy things like raising the debt ceiling, they don't get done anymore. And so it's, no, I think it gets probably worse before it gets better. You have a couple little victories in between, but it's just really hard because the media may not like it, the super PACs don't like it, members are frozen. Well, I've spent a lot of time on this because I was in local government. We were best managed county. We were best managed county. I think you can learn a lot. Look, government is not designed to be like a private company. A private company, you want to make decisions quickly and fast and get it done. It's behind closed doors many times. I just built an addition to my house. We hired a contractor. It got done like this. If I were in the government, I'd have to advertise it, have to put out a certain percent for minority and small businesses to do a piece of the thing. There'd be bid protests. You have all these. I mean, this government's designed to be inefficient, so it's bad to begin with. But we can bring more business principles into this thing. I think the procurement system is so weighted. It's not a procurement system. We try to create to fulfill too many different policy goals to make sure everybody gets a fair share of the pie, and to make sure there's appropriate notice requirements and due process for bidders that think they're getting. In the end, you don't get anything done. So you got to make a choice. And I think sometimes we err too much on the transparency, open access process. I actually think you can learn some stuff from the old patronage systems.